We saying, people, it's gonna be the madness. The Bala Show is back, fam. Honestly, episode 1. Yesterday I have done the promo. Everything went well. It went madness, but still, you know what? You know what to do. If anyone hasn't subscribed yet, I just want to subscribe button, press the like button. Also share the madness of this content, because this content is gonna bring everything. Gonna be crazy, fam. But boy, you know what? I'm just waffling, but still. Well, this Bala Show, welcome, first of all, welcome to the Bala Show, obviously. Bang bang, it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be madness, it's gonna be, oi. Fam, I have no words to say to the rest, man, I'm telling you right now. But, yeah, in this video, I was gonna talk about, Arsenal season so far, and basically the review of Arsenal season, basically Arsenal shambolic season so far. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about the key events and from the start to right now, because obviously the season's still going on, even though it's possible COVID-19 has also interrupted us. We haven't played any football for 2 months at the moment, and it's just been yeah. So until that point, until from the start of the season until right at this point, what are we now? Game week 28, right? Yeah. Until that, I'm just gonna review that. So it's gonna be like a brief review. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. So basically, with the season we have made, so basically we came back from the defeat at the Europa League final against Chelsea. I mean, it was absolutely disappointing, and literally, that's when I kind of knew that, it's just the hope that kills you at the moment. And yeah, so we went into the summer who are we gonna get realistically, because we still have another season in the Europa League, and Champions League money is not available for us at the moment, and it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. But let's just see how we do. Let's see how it goes. And so it was 1 month into the transfer market, and there's no signings whatsoever. And we kind of signed a petition. All the Arsenal fans stood against the owner Stan Kroenke for not pulling his money out of his hand. We linked with mediocre signings. I mean, what the hell is happening to this club? I mean, why? Jeez. Then a month later, I mean, there's a lot of sign. Josh Kroenke told us, that's Dan Kroenke's son, and he told us to be excited. So I'm just feeling, yeah, why not? I was just thinking, I'm not gonna fall into this trap again. Just giving us a lot of hope, a lot of smile. That's what it kills us. But I just kind of sit there, let's see what happens. And then we just got five signings, yeah, which was first of all Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli, which was for 6 million or so from Ituano, the Brazilian 4th division side, and also William Saliba from San Etienne, but he has to be loaned back. That's for 27 million, and also the big one, Nicolas Pepe, man like Pepe, obviously world record fee, not world record, sorry, I'm just exaggerating. Arsenal's club record fee for 72 million, which is paid by installments for 14 million, 14 to 18 million per season. And yeah, which is it's crazy, it's a really big signing. And also Danny Ceballos on loan. And for the last of Lee is Kieran Tierney. Boy, this is going to be madness. But I was quite excited. So I wish that I wanted another centre back as well after Saliba. So I was yeah, I was a bit disappointed in that. So I'll rate our transfer window 7 out of 10, because we did make a few quality signings with unearthed gems as well. So yeah, so we just need to get back to the season. We get into August and we play so basically we got 2 out of 3 wins there. With first of all we went to Newcastle, and we got the win, 1-0 win. Bamiyang scored the winner, obviously. And it was a really tough game as well. We just get passed through. It was a really tough game. We haven't really particularly played well. And also, what's it called? Second game of the season, Danny Ceballos show performed really well in this 2-1 victory over Burnley. I think things are going a bit well. I think at the same time we're performing at the moment, but at the same time we were really unlucky. So 2 wins out of 2. So with Aubameyang and Lacazette scoring the goals against Burnley as well. And then comes Liverpool, obviously. I've written this game off as well. So we lost 3-1. It's not shocking at all, due to Liverpool's form this year, which were unbeaten in 6 months. It's absolutely madness. But yeah, Well, next up, it's like also like the North London derby. You know, it was like 2-2 draw. We were like 2-0 up. No, Spurs are 2-0 actually. Take that away. I'm sorry about that, lads. But yeah, 2-0 up. I thought, what the hell was going on at that moment? It was really poor in the first half, giving the ball away a lot of times. And then second half, the Matthew Guendouzi show. I mean, literally stepped up to earn like a 2-2 draw. I felt like I want every North London derby. I was like, boy, I want to beat them so badly, but at the same time, I was like, draw is a fair result at the moment. Just have to move on. Like September, man. I was just like, September was a good month, man. Like, obviously, the beginning of the Europa League season came on as well. Obviously, we won 5-0 against Forest as well. 2-2. Yeah, also, oh, yeah. So the 5-0 win. So basically, Martinelli starts as well. His first start. Bang. Two goals. First two starts, man. Bro, this guy was cold, fam. I was at the game as well. It was actually mad. Watford game. You know, like, I think the Watford game after that was when, like, I think I've kind of saw Emery's weakness. I think that's when, like, the downfall of Emery's weakness as well, man. It's like when we conceded the most shots in the league in that game. We were 2-0 up as well. And then we kind of bottled it, like 2-2 draws. I was like, what is going on, man? What is going on? Yeah, I mean, we conceded 31 shots and we were really poor. This good thing, there's no defense. It was like as if there's no defense or something. I think Watford should have got a win. And also then came to Villa as well. It was a really, really tough game. We somehow won 3-2, which was really, really tough. And yeah, with 10 men as well. And kind of like stormed through that with a lucky win again, once again. And I don't know how we're going to get through the season. Like, and then when it comes to October, oh well, let's start with the Europa League as well. Like when we won 3-0 against Frankfurt, and it was a madness of a performance. A youngsters came up, performed again. It was crazy. Frankfurt away was really hard as well, but we kind of got into a 3-0 victory, so calm. So like then after that is that Bournemouth. I was like, yeah, a cheeky 1-0 win. It was absolutely madness. It was a madness. And then after that, from October to like December, that's when all like the disaster like fell into pieces. Like we have not won a game whatsoever for like 2 months, and everything was toxic. Emery was like, bruh, I don't know what you're doing at the moment. Like, what is Emery doing? And boy, like even the fans don't know whatsoever. There's so many draws in the middle of the thing. I think like we went like 15 games without a win. I don't even know. Like yeah, it was like 15 games without a win, including like Europa League as well. Yeah, it was mad. It was absolutely madness. And I mean, yeah, like 2 months in the league as well. But like in the Europa League, we've been winning here and there with a 4-0 win over Liège, Standard Liège, and also the other team 3-2 with a win over Victoria, which was also a bit lucky as well. We should have lost that game. But Pepe with 2 free kicks, man. It was so cold, fam. It was absolutely mad. And yeah, I think we're quite toxic. I mean, especially the 2-2 draw with Palace when we were especially at 2-0 up again. And we bottled it with the we bottled it. We gave away that 2-0 win, 2-0 lead. Also, Granny Xhaka with the fans. It was absolutely madness, fam. It was absolutely crazy. Honestly, like the most, like I think toxic things I ever witnessed. Like with the fans, he's telling them to f off, and also chucking the church down. It was a disgrace. And yeah, he hasn't even played for. He wasn't playing for like 2 months whatsoever. But I think he deserves it. I don't think he should play for the club again. Like it's absolutely disgraceful of what he has done. And from that point onwards, I feel like I kind of realised that I wanted Emery out from this point onwards, man. Because I had enough with this boring style, like his pragmatic style. It doesn't suit our play. Because we're used to sexy football, attractive football, man. Like fast-flowing football, man, from the Wenger days, man. But it was actually mad, man. But yeah, I mean, and then it came to November, like the first game, like I think Leicester City. Yeah, when we lost 2-0, and then I thought that he's gonna get sacked. And then it was getting so bad in that case as well. Like we were not getting the wins. They was keep on drawing after draws. I think every team was superior of us. I think like like we were languishing 10th to the table. We weren't used to that. Like even when we were so bad, I feel like I felt like oh we somehow still scraping top four or like within the top six. I mean it's mad that like how teams like Wolves and Leicester have overcame us. It was absolutely crazy with the players that they bought in the summer, and they bought really smartly as well. And I'm not just giving the excuse that players are the reason. I mean, yeah. Um. So yeah. So after that, like when I skipped through to a few other games, I don't want to like talk about other games, which is like obviously it's more draws. But when it came to like Frankfurt at home, we were playing Frankfurt, and then it was like a chance to qualify top of the group, and then we lost 2-1 at home to Frankfurt. Come on, no disrespect to Frankfurt, but I feel like with these kind of teams, we should be slapping each and every one of teams that will be going through to the throat, man. We should be slapping them, like, honestly. We should be slapping them. But we somehow lost 2-1 to Frankfurt. And you know what? In that game, I was watching it, and there's no fans in the stadium. There's only in the 60,000 seat stadium. I've only seen 15,000 people, and I thought like that's when the owners kind of knew. I mean, like what the hell? Though you guys knew this all this time we were playing so shit throughout the whole season, and we're not getting the results that we need to get to go up the table. And I mean, what is going on? They just can't somehow realize it's because of the bloody money that they want. They want. I think the money-minded people like this ownership, man, Stan Kroenke, man, boy. But eventually, Emery got sacked, and I was absolutely happy because the football that we were playing was atrocious. Boy, I mean, I had enough, like totally enough of this thing. It's worse than Wenger. This guy is a fraud. I was like the amount of yeah. I mean, boy, can't believe I supported him throughout last season, and I gave him like, oh, this guy needs time, but it kind of got to the point where it kind of got really worse. It was mad. It was crazy. And then, yeah, the next day, Freddie Ljungberg got appointed as manager, interim manager. Like we kind of got like took. He took over like a few games for like 6 games or so. He didn't do as badly, but it was okay. We came to his only victory came on that 3-1 win. That finally 9th of December. I remember that date when I went to watch my boys. Boys, I think pantomime or like drama show. And shout out to Casey, man. He smashed it. But yeah, after that, I went to the pub and watched the West Ham game. It was absolutely mad. Like 3 goals in 9 minutes. It was mad. Yeah, with Pepe, Aubameyang, and who else again? Yeah, Pepe, Aubameyang, and Martinelli. Yeah, Martinelli. It was mad. It was crazy. I was happy with the performance. And then I thought something from there. I thought it was gonna kick on, but it didn't really kick on. We kind of lost to like Brighton straight after, and then Man City, and then yeah, it went really downhill at the moment. And yeah, somehow, then eventually, I feel like I heard that Mikel Arteta was the favorite to take over the job, and I was really happy. Like yo, big up, man. Like, even though this guy has no experience whatsoever, but you know what, you need to have a chance. Like like I was a bit worried to be fair, but Pep, he worked under Pep for like 3 years, and yeah, and like according to like different sources within the club, he's like a leader. He also like has a lot of tactics around his room, a lot of things that is going through his head. And yeah, like he's something special according to the players, according to other people in media, everyone. Like he's born to be a manager. He's born to be like there. Like it's like Arsene Wenger's pet, man. But fingers crossed. I don't know. He has no managerial experience whatsoever, and his first game was against Bournemouth, and it was mad. It was a good. I feel like from that point onwards, it shows that like the players are playing for him. Finally, playing for the badge. That's what I really wanted. And I saw the fight there, but still there was like a draw. So we ended the match with a 1-1 draw. But I didn't feel like we deserve to lose or draw. Or I feel like we deserved like 3 points out of the game. But it's calm whatsoever. It's fine. Let's just give him a clean slate. This season's a write off. You know what I mean? And then we went to Chelsea. We played really well as well. We should have won that game, but we lost 2-1. And after that, rest of the games, the next game was against Man United. We won 2-0 at the Emirates. Pepe show. You know what I'm talking about? Like, really fantastic performance. Everyone performed under their skin. You know what I'm talking about? But it's mad. But at the end of the days, we had like a lot of draws at the end. Like 3 consecutive draws. Crystal Palace, Sheffield United at home. It was a bit poor, but I can see a little, and Chelsea away. The Chelsea away kind of stood up in that draw. We were 10 men down. It was mad. Like, honestly, we showed a lot of fight and determination, and that's what I wanted with these players. And I really loved each and every moment in the match. We should have won that game. Yeah, that's a bit debatable, but when it came to February, a few draws here and there. When Europa League kind of started again, we kind of qualified for the last 32 as well. So we faced Olympiacos. First leg was a 1-0 away win. And the second leg, we lost in extra time. I mean, I was watching that game. It was one of the first poor performances in the pitch. And now it's like a mix of emotions. And I really wanted to win the Europa League as well. Boy, it's heartbreaking, to be fair. I mean, that 1-0, 1-1, I think they were winning 1-0. Olympiacos were winning 1-0. So it's 1-1 aggregate. So it came to extra time, and Aubameyang scored, fam. That bicycle kick, man. It was absolutely crazy. The stadium was going wild. It was absolutely mental. And then they scored the last minute of the game. Like, kind of like, I was smiling in like 1 minute before that. And then after that, it was just like my heart sank at the same time. It was like the weirdest reaction ever. And it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy moment. And then, and then towards right the end of the game, it was like Aubameyang missed a little chance there. It was a last minute chance when he missed from like 2-3 yards, and it was a bit heartbreaking. And I feel like I'm not gonna criticize Aubameyang whatsoever because he deserves what he takes in this club, and he's our best player. It was crazy, and there's a few games that was remaining like Newcastle, Everton, West Ham. The last 3 games that I've been to live, and it was really fantastic that we beat Newcastle 4-0. It was a banging game. Literally, first half was shit, pure shit. Honestly, we played so shit. And second half, we turned it around. 4-0 winners with Pepe, Lacazette. Lacazette finally scoring his goal for after like 10, 16 games or something. Bun knows. But I mean, like I said, with this Newcastle win, I was like, it was a really moral boosting victory as well. I was really happy with the way we played. It was a game of 2 halves, and with Lacazette getting his first goal, it kind of like boosted his confidence. Like, literally, I could see his celebration. Like, it really meant a lot to him. And yeah, I think he kicked off after that start of the season, and he kind of got a lot of criticism from his back. There's a lot of people on his back, but I kind of remained his faith. I love him still. Look at that. Look at that. Jeez. My guy, Balakazet. They call me Balakazet though, to be fair. Now. Don't get me wrong, fam, but it was calm. And yeah, after that we got a win against Everton, which is a 3-2 win. And it was absolutely crazy, man. Crazy game. I was there again. It was a topsy-turvy game, and we were like 1-0 down like in 25 seconds, 30 seconds. It was like crazy, man. As soon as I looked up, just getting ready for the game, they already scored. They're celebrating right in front of me. Big up Calvert-Lewin, man. Bun him. But yeah, we eventually won the game, as well as West Ham. We were really lucky. But we got the 3 points with a 1-0 win. Lacazette scoring again. And it was only being given by VAR after a long time, you know. And it was really good, though, to be fair. And it was good by boosting morale, even though we played really crap. But overall, I'll say Arteta has done a fantastic job. And like in the league, we are unbeaten in the league from January this year. He only lost 1 league game, and to be fair, he kind of like boosted the morale of the club, and the players have stepped up. Like Mustafi, shout out to Mustafi. I was his biggest critic, Also, David Luiz, he has stepped up massively. Like, I'm really happy that the way he playing. Also, Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka has also stepped up in his level of play. He's done really well, to be fair, but I really want him to be sold as well. But you know what I mean. But still, yeah, they all stepped up and they're really showing fight and character. And I'm really excited what they're gonna do this next season, and I really want to see how, after this pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, I know football's gonna come back in June. I can't wait to see how Arteta implements his team and implement his ideas towards the team, and how his side's gonna crack up, man, doing it. And I'm really excited in the future of Arsenal, to be fair. But at the same time, I feel like there's still a lot more work to do. There's a lot more things to be done, and yeah. And next video, I'm also gonna be talking about like the players that I'm gonna be signing in, 5 players that I want to get in, and the 5 players I really want to get rid of out of the team. And yeah, and I think this season kind of implements my judgment, and I feel like I give this season a 4 out of 10 because to be honest, it's been a disastrous season. But at the same time, when Mikel Arteta came in, it kind of steadied the boat. But at the same time, we are still a little bit far off 4th place, and I feel like in this preparation, I hope they will be training well with this COVID-19. Even though we're self-isolated, I really want the players to be fit and ready for this season to come here to resume. And we do have a difficult fixtures, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, boy, you know what to do, fam. Like, it's the end of the video at the moment, guys. You know what to do. Stick the thumbs up. Obviously, stick the thumbs up. Like the content. Obviously, share the content. Share with a lot of man as possible, man. Share the love. Also, subscribe. The most important, subscribe. And also hit the notification bell. It's going to be absolute madness, bruv. I'm telling you. No. It's going to be absolute madness, fam. But I just want to say, I'm out, fam. To be fair, take care, yeah. Always keep smiling, be positive, fam. I'm out. The Bala Show comes to an end. Bye.